goodbye. They all see that it's a lie, 'cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another What I Eat in a Day vlog. However, this one's going to be a little bit different because this is going to be like a cyclical keto vlog. So basically it's kind of like a carb up day. And I'm just kind of experimenting with this. We'll see if I end up doing it long term or if I end up, not liking it. But I'm gonna bring you along for the journey. I did do one other kind of a carb up day, and this was like a couple of weeks ago. But I only did like a little bit of fruit, like a banana and stuff like that. It went really well. And I didn't bring you guys along because I wasn't for sure if I was gonna like it or how I was gonna feel. I was probably gonna tell you about my experience, but I wasn't really going to worry about like recording or anything in case I totally felt like crap and didn't feel like recording anyway. But I didn't feel that way, so I figured I was gonna bring you along on this one, and I'm gonna add even more carbs to see how my body reacts. Because the first time, like I said, I just added in more fruit. I had like a banana and kiwi and stuff like that. And I got all the way down to a 0.2 even after I ate all that and I exercised and stuff like that. My exercise was basically just walking. Before I go any further, the keto police are like, girl, that is not keto. Remember, keto is a metabolic state. There is no such thing as keto foods. There is no such thing as this is keto, that isn't keto. Some people can have more carbs than other people, so some people could probably have a kiwi and a mango or whatever and stay in ketosis where others may not. So just remember that. Keto is a metabolic state, and there really isn't keto foods and non-keto foods. I mean, granted, you don't want to eat pounds of sugar. So anybody who wants to know what cyclical keto is, it's when you add, like most people say, between 1 to 2 days of carb up days. You can add in different types of foods that are higher in carbs, such as sweet potatoes, fruits, mangoes, bananas, kiwis, apples. You could do like whole grain breads. Just try to stay with the healthier carbs. You don't want to do like white rice and white breads and pizzas and cakes and cookies and all that like bad stuff. When you do this, you really want to try to do it right, and you want to stick to the healthier carbs. But there's many people that do this, and there's people that do it their own way. There's some people that carb up for, the weekends, and then they eat keto Monday through Friday. There's people that do maybe a carb up day once a week. There's people that do maybe a carb weekend every couple of weeks. There's some people that only do a carb up meal maybe once a week. So there are so many ways that you can do this. So now you're probably asking the question, is it right for me? I feel like only you can answer that. The biggest thing is that I have noticed, and I've tried to research this. It's really hard to research because there's not a whole lot of information. Also, Nicole Burgess is starting to do this as well. She's the one that kind of got me into it. She's like, you ought to just try it. It may help you out. So that is what I'm doing. But then after that, I really started researching it. To be honest with you, I haven't really found anybody like a doctor, nutritionist or anybody like that I can get like whole solid information from, to be honest with you, because like I said, it's really hard to find information on the subject. But the biggest thing that I have found is that you really want to be fat adapted. I've read some say that you're fat adapted at 12 weeks. It could be, some people might want to wait till they've been on keto around 6 months. To be honest with you, you know your body better than anybody else. So I'm going to go over the cons and the benefits to eating this way, and I'll just do the cons first because I really didn't find a ton of cons on this. The biggest one that I could find, if you feel like it's going to turn on your carb addiction again, then maybe it is not for you. But other than that, I really didn't find any cons to this. You know, like I said, just make sure that you are fat adapted. Honestly, I'll let you know how I feel after today, because I'm going to be adding some bread and stuff in today. So I'll let you know. But I think if you're doing the healthy carbs, I don't know, this is just my opinion, I'm thinking that it shouldn't turn on the carb addiction again. I think if you go the bad route, like the pizza and the cakes and the, you know, the white pastas and the white breads and the white rice and stuff like that, then it could possibly. But if you're doing this the healthy right way, I really don't think that it would. But honestly, that's for everybody to answer on their own, because everybody's different. But the benefits to this, there's quite a few actually. So a lot of athletes do it because it helps build muscle and it helps their endurance during a pretty strenuous workout. That's why a lot of athletes do it. If you have Hashimoto's or if you have thyroid problems, that is a really good reason to do it, because keto can be really strenuous on your thyroid, and it gives your thyroid kind of a break. And when you incorporate more carbs, even just for that one day, that lessens the stress on your thyroid. And most of you guys know I have thyroid issues. I'm on thyroid medication. So my thyroid is one of the bigger reasons why I'm doing this. And then I'm also doing it because it's supposed to increase your metabolism. That is another really big reason why I'm trying this. It can also break a weight loss stall because it kind of mixes up your body and your body gets confused and it's like, what are we doing today? So I've actually heard of people, and I think this happened to Nicole, where you carb up one day and the next day they're down on the scale, which they thought that they would go up, but they didn't. Another thing that I was reading is it was saying that it was really good for your brain, your body, and your joints. So I will let you know, I just went for my walk. I will pop it up on the screen here, but it was 5.25 miles. And I mean, other than the heat, I felt fine. My body could have went longer, but the heat is what stops me here. I mean, I could seriously walk for days. I love to walk. Like I said, the heat's what stops me. My joints feel good, but I'm telling you, a lot of that has to do with the Equip joint supplement. I'm telling you, that stuff is amazing. Another thing too is this could help keto be more sustainable, because if you are that type of person where you like the whole wheat breads and you like bananas and you like to add in more fruits and stuff like that, I mean, like I said, as long as you're fat adapted and you want to do this once a week, it's letting you have more things in your diet without really cheating, in my opinion. So before I go on, I'm going to explain to you guys how I am going to do it, but I do want to let you guys know every body is different. So, you know, don't compare yourself to how my body reacts. Everybody's different and every body is going to react differently. The whole point of cyclical keto is kind of kicking yourself out of ketosis for a day and then hopefully getting back into ketosis within 24 hours. Some people are back into ketosis the next day. And I'm going to tell you how I'm going to do it, so that way hopefully I'll be right back into ketosis the next day. I'm actually going to check my ketones, because you saw what I ate before I went on that 5.25 mile walk. So I'm going to check my ketones right before I eat lunch, and we're going to see where we're at and see if it kicked me out of ketosis or what. So we will see. Yesterday I did keto though, but after I did like 5.2 mile walk, and my ketones were at 1.8. So we'll see what they are after having 30 net carbs. We're gonna try to fuel our body with clean food, so that way we hopefully don't completely spike our blood sugar, and hopefully we keep our blood sugar levels stable. So if you are craving like sweets, if you're that type of person that you need sweets every single day, when it comes to the sweets, I would still keep those keto. That's just my opinion. I would still do the keto ice cream, the keto cupcakes or muffins or cookies or whatever, but I would not reach for the standard American diet desserts. So I'm going to keep my net carbs at 100 or less, so that way I don't completely overdo it on carbs. That's the thing too on a carb up day. You don't want to completely overdo it on your carbs, because if you do, it's going to take you a couple days to get back into ketosis. If you go and you have 300, 400, 500 grams of carbs, I mean, that's a lot of carbs, and it's going to take your body a little while to recover from that. So another thing I made sure that I did, like I said, I went for a 5.2 mile walk yesterday, and I did that on purpose because I really wanted to make sure I worked out really hard yesterday. I'm going to make sure, which I did, I went for a 5.25 mile walk today. I'm also going to do arm day outside in my backyard. And then tomorrow I'm going to go for, probably won't be quite as long of a walk, but I'll probably do a 4-mile walk tomorrow, and then tomorrow will be leg day. So when you go and do these carb up days, you want to make sure that you are working out to your full potential the day before, the day of, the day after, maybe 2 days after. So that way, honestly, it doesn't take your body very long at all to kick it right back into ketosis. Another thing that I'm gonna do after my carb up day is fast. I mean, I guess that's really nothing new because I fast all the time, but I'm gonna make sure that I fast, especially that day after, because that's really important, and that will really help you get right back into ketosis as well. Lunch, I'm gonna have another carb up meal, and then dinner, I'm gonna try to stick to more of like a keto style meal. And then I don't know if I'll do any snacks or not, but we'll see. If I'm hungry, maybe I'll do something, but I don't know yet. But I'm logging everything in Carb Manager. I will show you everything that I ate. I will show you my macros and everything at the end of this video. But I'm gonna give this way of eating a try. Worst comes to worst, I don't like it. Worst comes to worst, my body doesn't react well to it, and I don't do it anymore. The thing is, how are you gonna know if you don't try? Everything in life is trial and error, and that's the same thing with your health, your nutrition, your way of eating. But let's get the rest of this day started. All right, I'm gonna check my ketones. This is after 30 net carbs before I went on that really long walk. So let's see what they're gonna look like. Whoa, because I had, and that was 30 net carbs, so that was probably, I don't even know, I didn't even look at the total carbs, but I'm guessing that was well over 40 total carbs, but that was with that cinnamon raisin bread and everything. Check that number out. That is insane. What? That's very exciting, actually. So I'm excited to see what the rest of the day is going to look like, because I'm going to do a carb up meal. Actually, now it's about noon. I'll show you what I'm going to eat, but I'm also going to go outside and I'm going to do arms for arm day, and then I'll just eat a regular dinner, but I will check my ketones again. All right, so it's 12:20. I'm definitely getting hungry, so I'm going to go ahead and make my lunch. This is what I'm going to have. So I'm going to make myself a smoothie, and then I'm also going to have some yogurt with some almond butter. But in my smoothie, I'm going to put in there the other half of my banana that I didn't eat from this morning, 6 around medium-sized strawberries, and 1 whole entire kiwi. Then I'm also going to use around 1.5 cups of this Kirkland unsweetened almond milk, 1 tablespoon of chia seed, 1 scoop of the Preferred Elements Keto Collagen, their vanilla flavor. And then I'm also going to have the Equip Prime Protein, the vanilla flavor. This is going to be what I'm going to put in my smoothie. And then as far as my yogurt goes, I'm going to have 1 serving of this Phage yogurt. This, I got the 2%, so that way it would be a little bit lower fat on our carb up days. There are the macros if you guys are interested, and the ingredients. Then I'm also going to put in there 2 tablespoons of this Kirkland almond butter. There are the macros for that. And the ingredients, you only want to see almonds with maybe possibly salt, but you don't want to have any of that other junky stuff in the ingredients. I did add ice in there as well because I like my smoothie to be nice and icy. Open this up. This is gonna be so good, you guys. Getting more fruit. This is gonna be amazing. Alright, so we have our smoothie, and then that is 1 serving of that Phage yogurt, 2 tablespoons of almond milk. This is delicious. I still have more smoothie in here, so that made a ton. But I'm going to get all of this down because I want to get my carbs before my last meal of the day, and I'm going to be doing another hard workout with arms, so I'm hoping it doesn't mess with my ketones too much, but like I said, we are experimenting here, and we will see what the results are. I'm also going to enjoy my apple cider vinegar drink. This video that I did showing you guys how I make this so that way it tastes good is always in the description box down below. And then I am going to use the Key Nutrients Peach Mango Electrolytes again. I know I already used this today this morning, but because it's so hot, it was like 99 degrees when I finally got done with my walk, but I'm sure my body can always use extra electrolytes. But I'm going to give this a better shake because as you can see, some of the seasonings are still up at the top. And I am going to enjoy this. Drink me another cup of coffee before I go outside and work out my arms with weights and all that good stuff. But I'm going to have this, and then I'm also going to put 1/4 the Salted Caramel Quest protein shake. There are the macros if you guys are interested, and there are the ingredients. In my opinion, this is one of the best protein, like pre-made protein shakes you're gonna find. So the serving size is one shake, which would be 325 milliliters. But I'm gonna measure it out because 1/4 of that would be around 81. And since I'm counting my macros, I definitely want to be fairly precise. Hopefully this is big enough and I don't overflow. Oh, well, I went 2 over. Really not that big of a deal. But I am going to go enjoy this before I work out. So I thought I'd give you a little update on how I'm feeling now. So in the morning when I ate that raisin bread with the banana and the nut butter, I honestly could have went forever as far as my walking. Like I said, the thing that stopped me was the heat. I felt amazing. I didn't feel tired. I didn't feel like lethargic. I didn't feel foggy headed. I didn't feel any of that. Cause I know that's probably cause that was my concern too. I was like, oh my gosh, well, how am I gonna feel? Cause I know how I feel when I cheat, but usually when I cheat, it's like not on the right foods. So that's a big difference. Obviously you can tell in my ketones, cause if I were to cheat, like a real cheat meal with crappy foods, I would have been long gone out of ketosis, I'm sure. So this morning I felt great, and you guys saw my ketones after I got back from that walk. Actually, it wasn't because I got back from that walk and then I didn't check my ketones till right before I ate. So it was like around noon when I checked my ketones. On freaking fire. So everything that I ate carb-wise got burnt up in that walk, which is what you want. That's why you work out so much when you do a carb up day. And then when I ate lunch, that was 35 net carbs. I don't know what the total carbs are. Like I said, I'll show you everything at the end, but that was 35 net carbs with all that fruit and all that goodness, still keeping it super clean, fresh, whole foods. So I felt good. I did not feel foggy headed. I did not feel, because I was more worried about like, am I going to feel like I have, kind of like, I don't know, like I said, when I cheat before, you just feel like weird in your head. You feel kind of crappy. You're like, what the heck did I just do to myself? I didn't feel that way eating this. However, probably like an hour after I ate it, I did feel a little bit tired. I don't know if it's just because I've already had a busy day, which it could be, we were out running errands and stuff too. So that could be just the fact that, today's been busy. And even on keto, when I have a busy day, I get tired. So I feel like even though I did feel a little bit tired after I ate that, I feel like it's a little kind of irrelevant since I had such a busy day. But I just wanted to jump on here and let you guys know how I'm feeling. I'm going to drink that coffee, which is amazing. And if you guys haven't tried the Quest salted caramel is like the only thing I buy now. If you guys have not tried that in your coffee, and it only takes a little bit, definitely give it a try because it's so good and it gives it just a tinge of like sweetness, not overly sweet, but it's so good. So I'm gonna drink that, then I'm gonna go work out with the weights with my arms, and then I'm gonna check my ketones again before I eat dinner. We're gonna see what my body is thinking right about now. All right, so just worked out, gonna check my ketones again. And remember, this is post the breakfast, the lunch, everything. Plus we worked out hard today. 0.3. You know what? I'm actually not sad about that at all because even though it did kick me out of ketosis, that is still an amazing number considering what I ate. All right, last and final meal of the day, I'm gonna do, that is 5 ounces of boneless, skinless chicken breast. It actually came off a rotisserie. I took the skin off because I don't want to have any more fat today than what I already had. And then that is around a cup of green beans. So I made a big old pot of green beans and I did put 1 tablespoon of butter in there. So I would say that's probably like not even a half a tablespoon of butter on there. I would say probably more like a third, if that. And this is what I'm going to enjoy tonight. This one, I'm keeping low carb. As you saw, my ketones were 0.3 after every single thing I ate today. Then I'm going to have a Perrier with it, and let's dig in. Okay, so going over the macros, as you can see, I definitely had a very high carb day for keto. So I ended up with 71 net carbs, 96 total carbs, 25 grams of fiber, 61 grams of fat, 126 grams of protein, which I went over a little bit, and 1,400 calories. And I went over a little bit on that too, but that doesn't matter because I ended up working out so hard that 1,200 calories that it shows is actually for the days that I'm sedentary at work. And then protein, I did go over a little bit again, like I said. And then the fats, I probably need to lower those just a little bit more, but I don't think I did too bad. Those are the exercises that I did. So I burned over 700 calories. What was it? 780 calories on my workouts. We are going to wrap up this day of cyclical keto. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am learning as I go. I hope you guys are learning, just getting ideas of different ways that you can do keto. All I know is today went really well. For me to end up at a 0.3 after all the carbs that I ate is insane, mind-blowing, to be honest with you. I did want to let you guys know that I am going to be vlogging a what I eat in a day video keto style, like 100% totally keto, 20 net carbs or less, tomorrow, so that way I can show you how my ketones are the day after a cyclical keto day. And it's going to be interesting, so definitely stay tuned for that video as well. But like I said, I am just flabbergasted how many carbs that I ate, and again, I ended at a 0.3. Granted, 0.3 because 0.5 or higher is actually considered nutritional ketosis, but being at a 0.3 means that I'm probably going to get right back into ketosis tomorrow. When I go for my walk tomorrow, when I come home, I guarantee I'm going to be back in ketosis. So definitely stay tuned for that next vlog video to see where we're at ketone wise, but I would definitely call this day a success for sure. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Like always, I'm praying for you, your family, and your country. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you guys, and don't forget to go out there and make today even better than yesterday, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye. On my own, but I don't know why you hit the road, but you don't realize I won't look back when you're around. I won't think twice.